All right, hello, this is Mr. Thurston from Bologna Elementary with your weekly read aloud. So today we're going to read a story called The Kite, and it's from a book called Days with Frog and Toad, one of my favorite books actually as a kid. So before we start any story, I just want to remind you that if you need to look back at the story, you can always rewind or pause or listen again. If you're listening with family, you can have them help you with that. So when we read the story too, we are going to look over some vocabulary words. So any words that are really dark, we're going to take a look at. All right. So before we start any story, we want to do a picture walk. So let's take a look at this picture. So I see a frog and a toad. It looks like they're reading books high in a tree. So take a moment and think, what do you see? Okay. All right. So let's go ahead and move forward with our story. Frog and Toad went to a large field to fly a kite. I know that the word large means big. Frog held the ball of string. Toad ran across the field with the kite. Ball means something that is round and that can roll. So this is Frog. The green one is Mr. Frog, and the brown one is Mr. Toad. The kite fell down. Toad heard 3 birds laughing. They said Toad should give up. I know that the word heard means to hear a sound with your ears, and should means a word a word used to tell the right thing to do. But Frog wanted to try a second time. Second means to come after the first thing. So they were flying the kite and it fell, and the bird just said he should give up, but he said he wanted to try again. That's good. We should always keep trying. Frog told Toad to wave the kite over his head. Perhaps it would fly, but it fell down. Head is the part of the body that has the eyes, a mouth, a nose, and ears. The birds laughed. Frog told Toad to wave the kite and jump up and down. The kite crashed. The bird said the kite was no good, but Frog still did not give up. Frog told Toad to wave the kite, jump up and down, and shout. The kite flew high. It flew higher than the birds. So you can see the kite flying all the way up there. All right. So that was a really good story because it talks about our friend here, Mr. Toad, the brown one. He was having trouble and people didn't believe in him, but he believed in himself. And because he did, and he listened to his friend and got help from someone, he was able to fly the kite. So, it's a good story because it reminds us that sometimes we need help from others, and that's okay. So think of a time when you either got help from someone or you tried to do something and had trouble, but you kept trying and eventually you were able to do it. So take a moment to think. I'll think of one too. So I can think of one. I was baking cookies and I was having trouble figuring out how to make the cookies nice and chewy. So I asked my wife and she gave me some advice and helped me figure out how to do it. So that was a time that I asked for help, and it's good to ask for help. All right. Well, that was our weekly read aloud. I hope you enjoyed it. If you're watching with your family, I hope your family enjoyed it too. I hope that you're being safe and healthy and that you're enjoying time with your family. And if you have any questions, let your family know to reach out to me. And that was our weekly read aloud. So this is Mr. Thurston signing off. Thank you.